3
Taco.
Taco. Yay. Final Fantasy 15 in post Zero Ninja Game Podcast.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the interwebs, the design owners, 13 down, this is Z3R0 Ninja Talks. Yeah, woohoo! We're exposed, because to be exposed, you must be uncovered.
Just watch the... I didn't want to watch it live. I wanted to watch it when it was all there, and so I watched it. I watched the podcast, so I watched the stream archive, and oh my god. I was... just casually sitting there doing homework while I listened to it. I didn't think it was going to be anything super amazing. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. Needless to say, I'm still doing homework, and I watched 3 hours of a freaking stream. It's great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Now, my experience is a bit different. I actually missed the first 20 minutes because I did watch it live last night. But yeah, I was expecting it to be totally just grand and epic. You're crazy, man. But that's what's going to be interesting about this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This episode of Zero Ninja Talks is we're going to have very different outlooks on this entire situation.
And I don't know why, but it's fanboy.
Okay.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Final Fantasy 15 has been in development for a very long time, roughly about 10 to 12 years or so, kind of like Duke Nukem Forever, except it's Final Fantasy, and it had a bunch of complications because the main director for it at first was Tetsuya Nomura, who you might know for being one of the lead artists at Square, and for being the director for Kingdom Hearts. And he loved Kingdom Hearts so much, and he loves it so much, that he devoted almost all of his time and neglected basically all other projects. Final Fantasy 15, at the time called 13 Versus, was one of those neglected projects, and it would get worked on for a couple of months, then stop, couple of months, stop, couple of months, stop. And so Final Fantasy 15, as it was called later, has been being waited for a very long time, and when they finally switched directors, it finally got the attention that it needed to finally get pushed through and finished. And we've been waiting for an announcement on when it will release for basically just as long as it's been in development. Finally, that's happened. PlayStation 4 is now going to be my favorite console ever. Possibly.
Very good choice.
And I don't even have one. Anyway, so you missed the first part when basically it was all just fun little PR stunts and things like that. It was just like, okay, here, let's pull people from the crowd and talk to them, interviews about there's now a Final Fantasy 15 clothing line.
Really? I had read, like, in the past that all the clothing and outfits in the game are based off of real Japanese apparel. But...
Well, that's basically where it all came from, but specifically they actually created a line of clothing formatted to the game based off that line of clothes, and they had an interview with the guy who designed the clothes, and it was awesome and cool. But it was all these little things. Like they just pulled people from the crowd, interviewed them about what they were hoping for the event, things like that. Cosplayers. It was awesome. But after the opening where they had oh gosh, I'm so horrible with names, and it's bad. I can't. Right now I'm having trouble remembering the guy who made Final Fantasy's name, Sakaguchi. That's it.
Yes.
Anyway, so they had Sakaguchi come on stage before they actually started the event, just to be like, oh hey, I'm the guy who's the father of Final Fantasy. He even spoke in English, which is, I don't know why that surprised me, but it did. And then they played the first trailer, which was a lot of gameplay, quick little clips of the story and things, ending with Titan, the summon Titan, punching the ground after picking up Noctis.
I believe that's actually where I tuned in.
Awesome. Anyway, and the whole trailer was to the song Stand By Me, being covered by You know the name.
Florence and the Machine.
Florence and the Machine, who did a beautiful cover for the trailer. It really put you in the mood for the kind of story that they're going for with it. It's amazing. It was great. And then the list of people that were hosting, it was so awesome. Oh, it was so awesome. And right after showing that trailer, they go into all the other little projects that will be tying in with the story.
Yes. Now that is what just pumped me up. I was so excited about that stuff and honestly just blown away. Now, do you want to start off, I guess, in order with what they announced?
I don't. I'm so hyped right now, so like my mind is processing what was the biggest parts for me, not the order that they happened in. But I believe right after the Florence and the Machine little quick interview with her, they immediately announced Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15, the I believe 4-part anime, 5-part anime adaptation to just explain the characters and their relationship with each other and the amazing bromance that will be seen in this game.
Yes, and
Ugh.
yeah, that little trailer they played for Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15 was actually pretty cool. I love anime trailers. I like how cool anime looks. I haven't watched very much anime lately, but I might give this a try. I'd like to. I did feel a little bit uncomfortable with the whole ketchup splashing scenario, but we'll see how that is in the actual, final show.
It only got me super excited. I was like, man, I'm about to go watch this. Honestly, though, I'll probably wait a little bit to watch it, just because of all the moving and things like that,
Yeah.
and college and things like that I'm having to pull up. But then Kingsglaive.
Oh yes. Now, real quick, I just want to say something about this. I never thought I would live to see the day where we saw another CG Final Fantasy movie, because despite how much I love it, despite how much you love it, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is a widely hated movie.
I can understand that, but at the same time, I feel like there was enough fans that should have been happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but for me, it's more of a childhood thing, and that's something we might get into a little bit more later. But yeah, what do you want to say about Kingsglaive?
Honestly, that was probably my least excited part of the whole thing.
I thought it was pretty great, and I'm not gonna lie, I was dying laughing hearing Aaron Paul say the word crystal over and over.
I was very amused by the crystal meth joke that they made. If you
Well,
haven't seen that, you
yeah.
should go watch it. Link somewhere.
Oh yeah, we'll have a link down below to the actual full stream archive down below. So what Zero just watched?
Yes. So, but like the whole Kingsglaive setup, if no one knows what that is, if you guys haven't seen it, basically Kingsglaive is going to be a prequel right before the actual story of Final Fantasy 15 takes place. And what it's going to talk about is the King's Royal Guard elite and the mission to I believe it's for the treaty that binds Noctis with the I guess she's the princess of the other faction that's in the story.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be wedlocked, and it's supposed to be some sort of huge treaty, kind of like, imagine if Romeo and Juliet had an ending where instead of Romeo and Juliet dying, they got married and it ended the fight. And that's ultimately what one of the main aspects of the story is going to be, and that's the only part of the story that we've gotten much information on, and apparently it ties in everything, and that's all it does. It's just the tie-in, really. At least how they've talked about it. But Kingsglaive is going to be about the initial part, like the moments that lead up to the beginning of the game, and how the king is thinking about it, how his guardsmen are dealing with it, and all of that. And it's supposed to be really action-packed and really, really cool. The trailer blew me away.
Oh yeah, it does look fantastic, and I am really looking forward to feasting my eyes upon that majestic ride. Very soon. Well, whenever it's available.
Vinny was right next to me, and he thought that it was live action. He had just gotten home when the King's Glaive trailer came up, and he thought it was a live action trailer.
That's great. Yeah, I remember back when the PS4 was announced, Vinny and I, that's Zero's little brother, for those of you who do not know, Vinny and I, we watched the PS4 reveal live event, and when they were doing the demo for Killzone Shadowfall as they were flying through the city, Vinny could not tell that it was a video game. He thought it was real, so... Yeah, he does have a track record for this, which I find hilarious.
Well, I mean, but that CG trailer, the movie graphics, I have to say, if I didn't already see them, like if I wasn't listening to them talking about the King's Glaive thing before they showed the trailer, I would have been sitting there like, is this live action? Because those are some great special effects. But no, I recognize Square's CG style. Like we said earlier, we love the Final Fantasy movies that they've made. And so, I recognized it immediately. Oh, that's just Square's really amazing CG style. But
yeah,
what's really awesome was the Audi. Or Audi.
Yes, that was just great. Neither of us will ever see that in person. But ladies and gentlemen, there is in fact a real... And I repeat, real, it will be in existence, or I guess it is in existence, because that was real footage. They made the Audi from the game. There was a real version of the car manufactured, and it is gorgeous. Look up those images, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, that was actually a concept CG rendering.
Oh, well, okay.
They showed a lot. They showed a really in-depth CG render of what the car will look like. And people, if I ever had the money, I would have that vehicle in my driveway, and I would never stop staring at it.
Oh yeah, and it'd consume all of our lives.
I think I would be like old movie reference, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I would straight up be like Cameron's dad, and I would have that car just to look at. But
oh, yes.
Moving on even more, at least I'm going to go straight for the game relevant things. Then they show another trailer specifically geared towards gameplay, and I'm just saying, it has combined it looks like it's combined like 3 of my favorite things in gaming ever. And I mean like genres. It has combined 3 of my favorite genres just together, mashed it into this beautiful masterpiece. It is an action RPG of the Final Fantasy proportion that looks like it has the gameplay of a stylish hack and slash.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. I can't even lie there.
I am beyond ready to I just want to play I can't wait to announce the little next portion, but talking about this one specifically right now, that gameplay trailer had me sold. I've been sold on the name, but to finally see gameplay?
Wait, hold on. I just gotta ask. Did you see the big gameplay trailer that went up a couple months ago? Them like in the Metal Gear Solid looking base.
No, actually I did not watch that. I didn't want to see anything like more personally.
Okay.
Like I was avoiding stuff on 15 just in case that there was any like big, spoilers in it. I only watched the event because of my favorite thing, which is going to be at the end of this podcast, obviously, since we're going in the order of events, or attempting at least.
Yeah, trying to. I actually have a list in front of me if we'd want to try and do the actual order.
Other than like the interviews with people, like how many like major things have I skipped?
It it's not necessarily that you skipped them, you just kind of bounced around. There was, what really just wowed me was actually the environment footage.
That came after the gameplay footage.
Uh, yes, it did. But like you were saying, some of the later stuff earlier, and yeah, it's all jumbled up. But yeah, after the gameplay trailer, which is the actual gameplay trailer, is when I tuned in. After that, they did some environment footage, and I've just got to say, the game looks incredible. I was satisfied with the game, but I wasn't that impressed with it until now, visually. I've got to say, it's the best looking game I've seen on PS4. Now, we won't be able to confirm that until we actually, play it. But I'd say it's the best game I've seen on PS4. And that's even as somebody who will stand by the Order 1886 until the day I die.
I'm just saying, though, even looking at the other games that have come out on PS4 so far, I have to say this is probably going to be, the mother of all games for me on the PS4. I think it looks better than MGS5.
Oh, yeah. MGS5 doesn't look that great, honestly.
Well, MGS5 is apparently, one of the huge, one of the bigger, graphic quality games, apparently. And a lot of people agree on that. I don't know. I've seen better looking games on the PS4.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, but honestly, this is going to be... Final Fantasy 15 is going to be Zero's game of the channel. I kid no one. When I finally get it and I get to start doing a Let's Play, yeah, get ready for Zero's stream show to be live on YouTube for a little while. It's... I'm not even going to try and kid around about it. I will neglect so many things for it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Now, actually, I have a couple questions, but I'll get in those later in the show towards the end.
Okay, but as far as the environment video is concerned, it looks, oh my,
stunning.
God, it is beautiful. The world is crafted. It is. Looking at it, thinking about it right now, and I just watched it. I'm tearing up right now, guys. It is beautiful. It looks amazing. The lighting effects, everything, and all the little details too. Like, when it did the gameplay trailer, they used ice, and the ice ended up, bouncing back onto them. And you can see it has an effect on the way you can see in the game. And your characters even visually alter to show that, parts of their bodies have been affected by the ice. And all these little details are just wow. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. We need to move on. We need to move on to the Platinum demo. Come on, let's move on to the Platinum demo.
Alright, so I got this one.
Okay.
So this is something that was spoiled yesterday morning, or not spoiled, but leaked, So this and the release date were leaked yesterday morning, for those of you who don't know. So I knew this before the event. But this would have been just even more exciting if, had it been leaked. But they showed us a little demo. You play, well, I'll say that in just a moment. They showed us a little demo and announced, boom, it's available tonight. It's on my PS4 right now. I'll be doing a live stream and a video on it sometime soon, in the coming days. Look out for that. So what the demo actually is content not included in the full game. It is a dream of Noctis as a little kid. So you run around with, a squeaky hammer and whatnot. Fun kid stuff. It is so cool. It's content not found in the full game. So you play this for a couple hours or however long it is, and you're not going to have to replay it when the full game comes out. You can earn a little bit of free DLC. If you beat it, you get this little cool creature guy named Carbuncle. You can name him whatever you want for the full game. And yeah, it looks like a good old time. But I just want to say, I really appreciate how Square Enix has been handling these demos lately with Bravely Default. Bravely Second, I believe is the name of the sequel, and now Final Fantasy 15, these demos that anyone can download, but it's new content that's not in the full game. That is so exciting. I love that concept, and I cannot wait to play this demo, hopefully tonight.
All I have to say is when I saw the demo, my hype. That was where my hype train calmed down. It found a zen.
Really?
Then, yeah. Now, granted, the peak is coming up, but like I'll tell you the peak, and I'll even tell you like what I did when it peaked. But to see that, I would like to see that. I'd already seen the gameplay, and so it was just like to me, it was more like it was uplifting, but it wasn't like exciting. And when I saw it, I was just like, I want to play that. I'm going to play that. I will be playing that. But at the same time, I was like, but other than the initial, it's Final Fantasy 15. I'm already hyped. I'm really excited. I want to see the gameplay. I just really gave me like this childhood kind of bliss, like more of a nostalgia feeling looking at it. And I was just like, this is going to fulfill my Kingdom Hearts hole until 3 comes out.
Oh yeah.
That's what this demo will do for me. Oh, but
that's great.
It looks beautiful and it's so cute. Can we agree on that? It is so cute.
Yeah, I mean, that demo's adorable. Your little kid Noctis with your squeaky hammer and your little carbuncle and everything I already stated.
Oh god. When what was his name? I can't remember the guy that they had interviewing at the time of Platinum.
Oh yeah, I don't recall his name, but the dude was great.
Yeah, it's like Mike Shimada.
Yeah, I'm uncertain.
Yeah, it was something like Mike Shimada, and I feel really bad that I can't remember because him talking about it was hilarious. But in the demo, when it's like the squeaky hammer, you just see the person who's playing for the demo footage just beating the crap out of this dog with a squeaky hammer, and I'm just sitting there like, that dog just got curb stomped by a squeaky hammer.
Yeah,
and
I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's the part that was just like, oh, okay, you guys are ridiculous, and it makes me happy. Cannot wait.
Oh yeah, and then we got to get into the mini games, man.
Oh yeah. It's really hard for me to be like, I don't know if I can really call it a mini game though, since they're releasing it as a phone app.
Well, no, it's in the game and on mobile devices is what I got out of that.
That's what it looked like. Honestly though, like when they okay, if you guys haven't seen what was it called, like Justice Monsters?
Hold on. Let me find that. Yes, it's like Victory Monsters 5 or something.
Okay, you have the list pulled up in front of you. You should be able to just see it.
Yeah, I'm pulling it back up. I'm having some technical issues right now. So yeah, it's something Monsters 5. We'll go with that. Cool little mini game, kind of pinball-esque. I got a pinball meets Brick Breaker meets Final Fantasy vibe from it. I liked it.
I kind of got the same feeling. I wouldn't really say Brick Breaker to me.
Well, to me it was like Brick Breaker because you move the thing down at the bottom, the paddle at the bottom to bounce the ball, rather than shooting it.
Yeah, that's true. So I have to say like that was kind of like, that was where I had a moment where I kind of went like, that's cool, I want it, but it was very gimmicky to me. But whenever they were like, it's a phone app too, and it was just like, I'm cool with this. I don't have any complaints about this, but right now you guys are slowly losing me.
I get that. See, what's funny to me is like, what's losing you is picking up my hype. Like for me, oh, that's awesome. I love little free tie-in phone app games, whatever. Like I just downloaded Miitomo this morning, and I know that's, dating this recording, but like Miitomo came out today, Nintendo's first mobile game, and I am loving it so much. So yeah, I love little tie-in mobile games like that if they're good. So I'm stoked about this Final Fantasy 15 minigame.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. If I had a smartphone, I would grab it. Easy.
Yeah.
Huh. My voice just did something really weird, and I do not like that.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Anyway, but so yeah, Victory Monsters or Justice Monsters. I can't remember which one of the two it's called, but it looks like it'll be really fun in game. Seems like it's a very good break from the traveling, adventuring, and fighting. Which Final Fantasy, I love when they have those. Like Blitzball is fun to me, and I love little things that just kind of distract you from the overall like what the game feels like, just for a moment of okay, here's a little oasis from the awesomeness. You kind of need one. Just take a moment and be like, okay, I'm gonna just play this for a moment. Okay, I'm good now. Let's go back to kicking in behemoths in the butt with my sword.
Oh, and you are right. It is Justice Monsters 5. I'm
Justice
sorry about that.
Monsters. It's cool. But yeah. To be honest though, I think I'd rather have it on the phone app if I had the smartphone.
Yeah.
But now for the part that just I lost it. I I could not sit still. Like I said earlier, I was doing homework while I was working on. Well, I mean, while I was watching it, and so like I would look up for the trailers and things like that, and I'd be listening whenever they were interviewing people, and I'd just be working on homework. But then they had the director Hajime come on stage. And it was the button for the reveal. I'm watching it. They click it. It's this disappointing. Wait, it it didn't do anything. Why? And it was just such a tease. And then Hajime pulls out the air button, the fake button, air push. And when you just see the dialers rolling to reveal the release date, and they stop at 2016 30th, and then they semi-stop on November. And when that happened, I lifted from my seat and I screamed and I just like flail around on the like flailing around, I was flinging my arms, and then Vinny looks up and he's like, "Tyler, it didn't stop. It didn't stop." And I look up, September 30th, 2016. And I had this moment where all the excitement exploded and I felt my heart going 2,000 miles per hour. My eyes start like widening with excitement, glee, and sheer adrenaline pumped fandom excitement. I went crazy. Done. I was sold. I was ready. I wanted it. The collector's edition they announced earlier, the deluxe edition, all that, and I was just like,
That's great. I love the way that they revealed the release date. Sadly, it leaked, so that moment had no excitement for me. I mean, the whole skit was funny, but yeah. So yeah, let's talk about that collector's edition there for a moment. So they revealed that they're doing a deluxe edition, which you guys know I'm a sucker for any kind of collector's edition, usually. And they revealed the deluxe edition. It's like comes with a steel book and has some digital goodies and something or another. But
a special weapon that's also available in the day one edition, called the Masamune Final Fantasy 15 edition, which Masamune is a beautiful weapon in all of them. But okay, you can say the name, but I'm about to lose it once it gets said. Say the next thing. Say the upgrade.
well, no. I was gonna ask, how do you feel about the deluxe edition?
The deluxe edition is really cool. If I had, honestly, my biggest issue right now is that I'm broke and have no money, and it annoys me so bad that I can't get either one of these editions. I'd have to go for the day one edition.
Yeah, I get that. I would consider the deluxe edition, but I'm real anti steel cases. Like, seriously, developers, stop with the steel cases unless if you're going to include a plastic case as well. It's just wrong.
The only reason why I don't like the steel cases is the obvious issue of when they get dented.
Hmm. Well, for me, it doesn't look right on the shelf. I love steel cases, but I hate collector's editions that only have them. Give me both cases. One for display, one to go with the rest of the games. So yeah, that's the deluxe edition of Final Fantasy 15. Priced at $100, $99.99. You can order it from, your favorite retailer. So this next one, and I have a feeling that Zero over there has some emotion about this. The Collector's Edition. The Ultimate Collector's Edition Final Fantasy 15. Would you like to speak a little bit about that one?
It has everything! Soundtrack, the anime, the movie, the steel case, all these little things, and even a little statue of Noctis action figure thing that comes with it.
No, sir. You are missing out. First off, there's also an art book, but no. That is not a little figure. That is not a little, toy or something. That is a Play Arts Kai statue. That is a beautiful, very premium statue.
I know. I'm way less hyped about that part of it as much as all the little things like the art book, the soundtrack. Oh, all those little things scattered about the picture. I'm looking at them and I'm just $270 and only 30,000 orders available ever.
Yes.
Ninja audience, I want to go make a GoFundMe page and scatter it everywhere.
Just so you can get your Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Just so I can get the Ultimate Collector's Edition.
That's great.
I want it. You know what? If anyone wants to, I'm gonna put a link to my PayPal donation. If anyone, please.
I'm gonna go ahead and intervene there and just say, no. But
please, Ninja, let me. Please.
Well, audience, it's up to you. It's your life, your money. Do what you want.
That's all I'm asking is if they want to help a gamer out that's a huge Final Fantasy fan that's broke as shit. I cussed, I'm sorry. But please, I beg. You will not see this from me. I will beg. I will put up a list of things that I will do for you if you help me.
He'll give you a foot rub.
No. I will personally take the time, get my life together, and I will start being 3 times more active than I planned to start being once I was out of this college semester. I will do a Zero Live basically every day of the summer that I can. I will have a regular schedule. I will dedicate so much time to the channel that I have not been able to do. And I probably still won't be able to do, but I will find a way. Just help me. Just help me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's up to you. So, moving on. Let's have a little discussion here. I've got to ask. It's 2016. There are 2 major JRPGs coming out this year. Which do you think is going to be better, Final Fantasy 15 or Persona 5?
Final Fantasy 15.
Which do you think is going to find more commercial success?
15, probably.
Really?
Okay, Persona 5, I think the best thing that they've done about... okay, something that can usually make or break a series is a small handful of things. Obviously, you have to have fans, and they're always going to be your immediate buyers. Final Fantasy has had its ups and downs, being a very long-standing traditional RPG that's only ever improved itself, tried to improve itself as time has passed. And its best entries are back on the PS1 era, and it's has many great entries after those, but those are the two biggest ones. And then you've got Persona. Persona has had two very recent huge hits, being 3 and 4, and they've only kept the 4 hype going recently since the release of Golden. And that has kept fans very active with Persona. Whereas Final Fantasy, some of the older fans have died out because of 13. Newer fans have jumped on because of 13. 14 has captured the MMO crowd because it's one of the better MMOs that's out right now. I'll say that. I don't like MMOs, and I loved the little bit of time I got to play 15 because, like I said, I mean, not 15, 14, because I'm broke. I can't really do the subscription fee to continue playing it. But it is amazing. It was awesome. And so, but Final Fantasy hasn't had like huge hype boosters like Persona has. But this event, I think, has just sold any Final Fantasy fan ever that isn't immediately alienated by the action RPG genre. That means all the new fans, all the Kingdom Hearts fans, anyone who is really stuck with the direction Square has been going for the last couple of years and has been moving towards, they're immediately going to be engulfed by this 15 thing. And I feel like there's more of them than we really want to think that there are. That being said, Persona 5 has had an active fan base for a very long time. A constantly active fan base. And that's also a huge point. But then we go to the next step of where these things can fall apart. Marketing. Final Fantasy 15 has continued to keep us as in the loop as it possibly could for like 10 years. Then you have Persona 5, which has had huge boost, release dates pulled back, release dates pushed back, release dates pushed back, and that can really hurt when fans only see the next pushback on the release date. 15 has kept itself from saying this is when it's coming out. They have purposely made an event out of finally telling us it's coming out. And that, I feel, is a huge thing. And Persona 5, don't get me wrong, its trailers are amazing, hype train, awesomeness. But we keep getting a pushback. We keep getting, here's the release date. Sorry, guys. Here's the release date. Sorry, guys. And it's happened so much, and all the really big fans are sticking with it, and all the big fans are really hyped for it, but the people who wanted to jump on Persona 5 are becoming more and more discouraged.
Well, I'm not sure I'd really say that. I mean, they haven't given us a release date. They gave us a release year.
They gave us a release year. They gave us a release season. They've apparently pushed it back twice.
Oh.
They gave us a year. They gave us the year that they wanted to release it. And right before the end of the year, they basically said, sorry, we have to push it back. And then they gave us a season to look forward to that they then pushed back again. And that, I feel, it keeps this mystery feeling going, but with games, that's not always a good thing. With a movie, you making it mysterious how you're going to release it, it's going to start selling better sometimes if it's already got a huge hype behind it. But with a game, we want the game. We want you to tell us when we get to buy the game. We want you to tell us when we get to sink our teeth into this beautiful masterpiece. And 15 has given us nothing but these little teasing tastes with a spoon until now.
Yeah.
And and that's why those two things are the reason why I think 15 will do better.
I get that. I get that. I mean, I feel like I have seen so much more of Final Fantasy 15 than I have Persona 5. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think Persona 5 has some very good potential to succeed with a more mainstream market this year because of just how much Persona 4 Golden blew up. I mean, if you own a Vita, there's a good chance you have Persona 4 Golden.
Third playthrough. I'm on my third playthrough, and I might be trying to make like the ultimate social link guide for Persona 5 for Persona 4 Golden. Whenever I can finally figure out how to make that work.
We'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna give that to fans, but I really want to. But yeah. So I mean, obviously, I feel like you're probably more for Persona 5 being the one that's gonna do better.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just very eager to see how it all goes. I'm looking forward to seeing how both of them sell. That's for sure. Um,
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna try and buy both if I ever acquire the money to do so. You know me, I love Persona and Final Fantasy both.
yeah, I mean, I love Persona. I love Final Fantasy. I don't necessarily like playing Final Fantasy, but that's a topic for a whole nother time. Just what Final Fantasy means to me. But yeah, I was very satisfied with the event overall. We didn't really get a chance to talk about it, probably because Zero isn't very familiar with it. But just the cast of who was actually presenting the event. It was hosted by Greg Miller and Tim Geddes. I'm a very big fan of the two of them, and I was expecting to be gushing about Tim Geddes this entire time, but I decided to hold it back. Also, the whole thing was narrated by Dave Fennoy, and I've just got to say, Dave Fennoy, will you narrate my life, please? Come on, just one day.
I just had a thought. Could you imagine the tag list we're gonna have to put for like the tags in this video?
There's a lot that we could put in there, that's for sure.
When you post it, I'll do it.
All right.
I'll mess with that. But anyway.
So I've got to ask, do you know who Dave Fennoy is?
Not entirely, but I've heard his voice before, and that's the part that was bugging me.
Well, one of the bigger roles that you may remember would be Lee Everett from The Walking Dead. That's my most sentimental of his roles.
Oh, that's who he is. Okay, now I know who he is.
Yes, yeah. Look up his history. There's some interesting stuff. Dave Fennoy is a pretty awesome dude. But yeah, so you give some of your kind of closing remarks on the event itself. Anything you want to get out there? Any questions you might have for me for my thoughts?
Okay, so now it's time for Zero's closing statements and final interview. I wish we had a little, like, animation we could throw up right then, but we don't. Anyway. So, I guess I'll start with an interview with you, and then I'll do my closing thoughts.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so what was your most excited moment in that whole event?
Okay. That's kind of a tough one.
Game-wise, not people.
Game-wise, actually, just seeing how much the way the gameplay flows, just seeing how much it actually looks like something I might enjoy and something that I might be able to stick with. Also, this was the big kind of reveal at the very end that we forgot to talk about. Your car can also transform into a little jet thingy, and you can fly.
Yeah, that was. I forgot about that. I feel bad forgetting about that. But yeah, the transformation. I just remember me and Vinny screaming whenever that happened. Not like angrily screaming, but like squealing happily.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to just drive around or fly. And then there was that little clip they showed where they're in the boat. I can't wait for all that.
Yeah. I honestly, the world is probably going to be the biggest world we've seen in Final Fantasy, I feel. Just because of how much they've focused on traversing the world, I feel like it's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's gotta be massive, and it's gotta be so great. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. Can't wait to get my hands on the demo later on.
Yeah. Hey, I want to be in the I want to be at a Skype call with you when you do that.
All right, man. That sounds good.
I want to be able to watch it with you and talking while you play.
Okay, that'll be good.
But as far as closing little statements go, I guess if there was any doubt in my mind as to whether or not I wanted this game because of how long it was taking, if there was ever a doubt, it's gone. There is no more doubt. There is no more. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sold. I want it. I am willing to do so much just so that I could get that Ultimate Collector's Edition. You fans, this will be the only time you have ever heard me beg. And I
let me correct that. First time you will ever hear him beg.
Okay, that's the first time. Yeah, let's face it.
You'll be doing it again.
Let's face it. I'm gonna be doing Twitch streams to have people donate to me. I will be so actively trying to get money for this because it is. Final Fantasy is a piece of my childhood growing up. Square has been my greatest influence as an artist and a game developer, and I don't know why, but this is the moment that I think there will probably be another game that gets me just as hyped. There will probably be another game that will make me feel the way that I do, but for it to be this close to home, for it to be something I have waited 10 years to see finally active, and to finally see it coming together, I I don't know how to take any of it. Honestly, I'm actually crying right now. I'm tearing up. I'm crying. My eyes are welling with tears, and there are a few moments in my life that have done this to me. And for them to be this happy, they are warm, they are not painful, they are not ones that I regret shedding. I am so happy right now. It's unbelievable. I cannot describe it to anyone how amazing it feels. And I am so happy. I cannot begin to tell anyone. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It hurts to know that there's going to be a little bit more time that I have to go win, but at the same time, every moment from here on out, I can honestly say I don't think anything has made me this much more excited about the gaming industry or my influences as to who I became today and who I am right now. I think that's all I've got for a closing statement. I don't think anything could be a better closing statement from Zero. I don't think I will top this.
I don't think so. I was gonna close it out with, I was about to say, I have a few thoughts that I was gonna say, but no, they can wait until my my live stream or whatever kind of video I do with the demo. Yeah, that's the perfect way to close it, man. That was beautiful.
Thank you guys for watching this podcast. This is my favorite one that we have done.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Third episode, and 2 of them are about Final Fantasy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Peace out.
Bye, guys.